Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. How y'all feeling today?
We're feeling great.
Fantastic.
I'm fine. No, I'm great. I'm great.
Well, welcome to San Diego Comic-Con. Thank you for joining us. We have the showrunners. We have Jedi Bob with us. First of all, this isn't your first Comic-Con for anybody here, right? Is it anybody's first Comic-Con?
Oh, no.
No, we're old hands.
What's your favorite thing to do when you come to Comic-Con? Let's go down the line and start there.
I actually collect comics, so I like to go. Usually, Benji will cut me loose because he knows that I have a solo hunting method for comics, and I do what I call the power weave through the aisles, and just very slowly and methodically look for deals and kind of like the Predator kind of track. Okay, good.
Whenever we
price.
walk the floor, we start off together, and then it gets to a point where I just have to let Dan do his special private time because he will walk the floor of Comic-Con and look at every single item. He cannot miss a thing.
As a matter of fact, my wedding present from Benji in 2010 was my first trip to Comic-Con. So we've been coming here since 2010 as fans, and it's just only recently that we've come far enough in our career to actually be able to be talking to you and to be having our own projects. And it really is I find it very emotional to kind of be on the floor and say, oh, that's a thing that we made. That's how cool is that? And I find it, I don't know, it's really fun to be here.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm all about reselling. I find the thing and I resell it immediately in the lobby of the hotel.
How much money can I go home with after Comic-Con?
I'm here to make cash.
You get those exclusives, go straight
I get
to
the
eBay.
exclusives. I punch a kid. I grab it from him. No, I'm just
You think you're the only one?
Boba Fett 172 on eBay.
That's me.
That's Bobby.
That's me, kids. Sorry. Papa's got to eat.
Benji, what about you?
I do like looking for exclusives and hard to find items and toys and things, and I like to try and find the most esoteric weird things I can find.
Hey, this is the place to do it.
Yeah.
I honestly think I'm somewhere in between. I think we're gonna be terrible for each other and spend way too much money.
I've already told Bobby that he's doing the power weave with me, and that we are going to spend some.
I left my
money.
credit cards at home on purpose.
Bobby's wife texted me and said, "Please don't do this."
If you see,
My wife is absolutely wonderful. She is so good with this. She is the least of my problems. I'm the problem.
no credit. If I see you with bags of stuff just running out of the exhibit hall, I'll know what happened.
You will.
All right, let's talk about Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Bobby, introduce me to Jedi Bob. How did this character come to be?
Oh, from the gods themselves. These two made me an actual Jedi, a little Lego Jedi man. I play Jedi Bob, also known as Jedi Barbarian AFOL. For the fans out there, you know that AFOL stands for Adult Fan of Lego. In the Lego community, that's what they call themselves. I get to play kind of the Obi-Wan Kenobi, but he maybe isn't as noble as Obi-Wan Kenobi. he's not as great at lightsaber fighting or whatever, but he means well.
He's a little grumpy.
He's maybe the crankiest Jedi we've seen.
I like to say he's the Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon of the Star Wars universe.
So he was based on Bobby then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bobby. We can only write in a very literal way.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you guys a serious question?
Please.
When they were like, who do you want for Jedi Bob? Did you look at it and go like, it kind of looks like him? Like, did you have a moment where you're like, yeah, him? Out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we did have that
basically,
moment.
yeah.
It's like, his name's Bob, he's got a beard, like...
I'm the
who else are
luckiest
we
man in
supposed
the
to call?
world.
It was that easy. It was that simple. No, the true answer is that we had worked with Bobby on the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, just writing Star Wars jokes, and the three of us came in, I would say, like maybe a little bit embarrassingly prepared.
I came in hot.
We came in hot. Just tons of jokes, like probably 100 jokes, and we pitched like 10 of them. But at the end of it, in the parking lot, the three of us were like, "Hey, like, do you like maybe want to be friends for real? Like, I don't know, like, like maybe we could like I don't know, like exchange numbers or something. I don't know." And so we became just buds through Star Wars. And so when we were thinking about all the most talented people that we knew, not only do we know that Bobby's obviously a brilliant performer, but he loves Star Wars. And so that made it so easy, even to the extent that when we got to the booth, we were kind of talking about Jedi Bob, and Bobby goes, "Oh, you mean this guy?" And he takes out
I still have.
Oh, he's got him.
I feel like I knew you were going to tell this story, but it was true. I brought it, and then I brought it today because I'm weird.
So it became our good luck charm in the booth when Bobby was recording, and it was just an amazing experience.
This whole thing just sounds like a scheme to get paid to go to Comic-Con together.
That's basically our whole career. Like, we're off the record.
This is very off the record.
This is just between us. This is just Disney is definitely not in the room with us.
Basically, we say, what is the likelihood that we're going to end up at Comic-Con? What is our budget for toys? And then we make a decision based on that. It's not the smartest way
My
to do it.
contract was Comic-Con credit. They just said they just gave me a piece of loose leaf paper that said Comic-Con credit and crayon.
I've been tricking comicbook.com into the same thing for 10 years.
We're all in the same racket.
Yeah,
no one's a hero here.
Here we all are. I wanted to, going off what you said, it actually that's led perfectly into my next question was Jedi Bob. It was kind of like a chicken and an egg question, which you kind of just answered. But once Bobby was Jedi Bob, did you start did what he was doing with the character change the writing a bit? Did you guys start to base it around his performance?
I actually, and I don't even know if I've told you this, but in my imagination, I had always thought of Jedi Bob sort of as like kind of a gruffer, sort of Harrison Ford kind of guy. And Bobby came in and he had developed this voice for Jedi Bob, which is sort of a play on the sort of classic erudite Jedi Knight. And the second Bobby started doing it, I said, I was completely wrong. That is Jedi Bob. That is obviously Jedi Bob. That's the only way that it could be performed. And so it actually did change the writing because of his amazing performance.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey,
I gave him $60 to say that.
Yeah.
$60 of cred on the floor.
60 Comic-Con
60
credits.
Comic-Con
And one Pokemon mystery box.
you never know. That could be worth more than anything else.
That could be worth more.
Way too much money on that.
Okay, Mark Hamill is in this, which is awesome. I need to hear what it was like to work with Mark Hamill. And I was just hearing from all. It's fine.
I
It's
mean, it was definitely like maybe the number one like pinch me moment of our entire career, where it's just like we're sitting there and it's Luke Skywalker saying these lines that we wrote and like how did this happen? Yeah, just incredible.
I got to watch it recently, and I'm watching a scene where I'm talking to Luke Skywalker, and I don't understand how I got that lucky, and also just how genuinely funny he is. He is so funny. So to see him get to kind of play around with that Luke thing, Beach Luke is my new favorite. I'm in love with Beach Luke, and I'm in love with Mark Hamill.
Mark is the most kind, generous man, and luckily for us, also one of the greatest voice actors of all time. Mm-hmm. So his body of work speaks for itself, of course, but to have him come back as Luke Skywalker, and Bobby, other cast members have also expressed, I can't believe I actually have lines with Luke Skywalker.
It's crazy. It's crazy to watch. It's such a huge privilege. I mean, that's one of the best characters in history. And also, Mark is someone who gets that. Mark is someone who understands that he is part of something that is bigger than him, and he is extremely kind and generous to the people that love Luke Skywalker. And I think there's three people on this couch that do very much.
But also like I think he was very excited to do a different version of Luke. Like we got to see a new side of Luke, and a lot of some of the other classic cast members
cool
who have
Luke.
come back.
It's Beach.
Yeah.
It's cool Luke for the first
It's
time.
like we're all the characters that all of the actors from the original movies that have come back to be a part of the show, like they all are doing different, new, fresh versions of these characters. Yeah. So it's like it was, I think, fun for everyone to be able to do a new spin on these things, and it was really amazing to watch.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see it myself. Just before you guys were in here, we had the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cast.
Turtle Boys.
I know you know those Turtle Boys.
Yeah.
We know those.
Okay.
We know them Turtle Boys. Those Turtle Boys are all right.
So you guys wrote Mutant Mayhem, and I wanted to follow that up because of the perfect transition from them coming to you guys coming in here.
Surprise.
We do write
awesome movie you guys wrote there. Seth Rogen, who actually just did an interview with our Chris Killian, told him that he has a title in mind. He hasn't said it yet. When you guys were writing Mutant Mayhem, did you have ideas of where you take that? And if the sequel, did you know about the spinoff that they're doing and all that at the time?
Oh yeah. I mean, that was, when we were working on that. I mean, you saw there's a tag at the end of Mutant Mayhem. Like
It points the way.
It points the way.
Point being a specifically chosen.
Very pointy.
Word, very pointy.
Yeah.
It very pointily points the way.
Okay, I got to end with this. Darth Jar Jar. That was so much fun to see pop into the trailer. How much fun was it to work with Ahmed Best and doing the Darth Jar Jar finally?
It was one of the coolest experiences of our career to not only be given the go-ahead by Lucasfilm, by Lego, to do something really unexpected and really different for the 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, to say, hey, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's just be as crazy as we can imagine and take some chances. And to have Ahmed come back, I couldn't appreciate the brilliance of his performance until I really saw him in the booth, and the way that he physicalizes, the way that he approaches the character. He is Jar Jar, and he was super excited again to do a different version of this character, because he knew the memes, he knew the legend of Darth Jar Jar, and so he started improvising these unbelievable lines in the moment, many of which made it into the special because it was just so brilliant. Because
he knows that character,
he just knows the character
better
he is the
than
character.
anyone. Yeah.
That's
And so it was absolutely, what a blast.
He's Jar Jar, he's a Jedi, and now he's Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. We love to see it.
He's the best.
All right, guys, I got to let you go spend your credits at Comic-Con. Get on out of here, everybody. Stay tuned to comicbook.com for more from San Diego. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.